Welcome back, my friends, to the Psychic Next Door. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in, as well as for your overwhelming support, for subscribing, liking, and even commenting on my videos. I am truly grateful for you. My goal today and always is to provide you all clarity and peace through these spirit-driven messages. Remember, these are just general readings, not one-to-one. So if it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind. All right, this reading was created for our beautiful Cancer friends for the month of September. However, it is a timeless reading and it can resonate at any given period. All right. As we shuffle the cards, let's dive in to a bit of the astrology that could help better guide you throughout this month and the coming months. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury retrograde last month was a very rocky period. So I am so glad we are moving away from that energy. So the great thing about for the remainder of this year is we're going to be focused on purging any toxic relationships, ideas, negative patterns, and bad habits that have been consuming us, okay? As Uranus goes retrograde into Taurus at the beginning of September, this is the beginning of a new chapter emerging. And it's a chapter that so many of us are yearning for, okay? Also, at the beginning of September, Pluto also enters Capricorn for the final time. This is also signaling the closing of a long chapter and opening the doors to a fresh start. Now, summer is coming to a close, all right? And this is an excellent time to develop healthy and positive routines and going after our goals. Overall, the world of astrology, the key message for the month of September and moving forward is allow yourself a fresh start and the ability to set the trajectory of your life in the direction in which you so desperately want to take it, okay? Dive right into your reading. Let's see what we have here, my friends. We have attention to the details. Make time for self-love and embrace the flow of life. This card has been the center of so many readings lately. People aren't treating themselves the way they should be treating themselves, okay? You're not giving yourself the time and attention that you deserve and need. You keep putting yourself to the side, putting others before you, okay? And I understand for many of you, this is an innate movement in your life. It's who you are, okay? But understand that you can't continue to give, you can't continue to be the best version of yourself without taking care of yourself. And this is so much of what so many of you have been lacking in your lives. So Spirit wanted me to bring that to the forefront of this reading, okay? We're also going to draw some clarifiers for you guys around these oracle cards to see more so focus on the details of what Spirit wants to share with you for the month of September. There's been a very fast-paced movement for my Cancer friends the first 6, 7, 8, 9 months of this year, right? We're kind of, I don't want to say we're closing out the year, but we're kind of going into the final stretch, if you will, okay? And many of you, what they're showing me, have been kind of teetering, okay, between making a decision, you're wanting to review your options, okay? You've allowed yourself some time and attention this summer to kind of open the door for yourself on some things that you've wanted to explore, some ideas that you've had that you've kind of been putting dormant in your life up until now. For some reason, there's this renewed energy for the month of September that's coming through for you all, okay? And some of you are really wanting to take a very bold chance. You're looking at things in a different manner, okay? I want to make sure you guys can see this. So far, we've drawn the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Hangman, okay? These cards are actually falling into line very much so in the way Spirit is kind of started to deliver this message for you all. You're looking at things from a different perspective, Cancer friends. You're putting yourself in someone else's shoes. You're giving yourself the time and attention you need to kind of figure something out, okay? It's a little hazy what's coming through, but let's go ahead and see what we can draw from this. So, throughout this year, okay, perhaps also, and they're highlighting the summer months for me, there are some options that sort of have presented themselves, kind of peeked around the corner, if you will. Some ideas that you've had that you kind of wanted to move on. Some of you are in the beginning stages of kind of looking into this unknown territory, okay? What Spirit is sharing here with us is that you're going to continue looking at things from different points of view, okay? In doing that, with these opportunities that are presenting themselves, your world is kind of going to open up. I know this is super random. However, Spirit is showing me someone eating peanut butter, okay? They're showing me a jar of peanut butter. Someone is craving peanut butter. Someone is making something with peanut butter in it. If that is you, that is a confirmation, okay, that this reading is for you, okay? Oftentimes, Spirit drops in little confirmations throughout the reading. And I want to go ahead and, while it interrupts the reading a little bit, it kind of will give you validation that this is meant for you. Not saying that if you're not eating peanut butter right now that it's not meant for you, but understand that this is a process. And oftentimes, we're kind of sitting there wondering if this reading is a highlight for us, if there are bits and pieces that belong to us. And sometimes Spirit wants to bring through some confirmation and validation that in fact it is, okay? You're going to be moving, okay? And I don't mean physically. I don't think you're going from one house to another or one state to another. Perhaps you are. But it shows me that you're moving in an upward direction, okay? And when I get a visual of seeing someone like take steps and go down a path, it's showing me that the month of September and October, okay, you're going to be moving towards an idea, an opportunity that has presented itself, okay? There are some things that are too good to be true. And Spirit wants me to remind you all that there are so many scams and people trying to take advantage of other people out there. And, you know, I cannot tolerate that personally. So I think that's a reason because, you know, when folks are struggling and it's showing me a group of individuals who, in our economy, they're struggling with groceries. They're struggling just into the day-to-day, okay? Perhaps you were in a situation that you were a little better off somewhat years ago, and this period, there's been a bit of a struggle, okay? They're showing you coming out of that. However, in order for you to come out of that, things are going to have to shift, okay? Spirit has taken me to another visual, okay, that has to do with this card. This card is the Justice card. Let me put this here so you guys can see it well. This message is twofold for some of you. For some of you, they want you to know that if you're waiting on a contract to be signed, if you perhaps asked for a raise, it's around something coming to an end, something having its final resolution, okay? They're showing me a visual of a court. So perhaps some of you have been not necessarily in court, but fighting a battle of some sort, okay? It's going to come to an end and you're going to receive justice, okay? It looks as though you're coming out ahead in this situation. All right. So that's some great news for some of you. It looks like for some of you, it's been dragging on for quite some time. And you're kind of tired and frustrated and you want this to come to an end, right? And I see this coming to a close and it looks like you're going to get that positive momentum, okay, that you so desperately want. The other part of the Justice card for you guys here today has to do with this opportunity. while there may be many opportunities that have presented themselves to you that have been going through your mind, okay, there's going to be 1 to 2 is what they're showing me, and it's kind of in relation to the 2 of Pentacles, okay, that you're going to narrow it down to. Perhaps there's 1 to 2 positions that you're looking at applying. Okay, there's obviously tons of positions out there and tons of opportunities. Okay, they're showing me some of you on the networking site LinkedIn, and it's hangman energy, meaning perhaps you've never been on that site to job search before or to do some research. They're also showing me the website Glassdoor. From what I remember, Glassdoor kind of gives you can look up different companies, positions, salaries. On that website, folks can kind of leave comments and thoughts about working at a certain situation. They want me to tell you that if you go to that website, it's great information, but take it with a grain of salt. Understand, like in everything in life, things can be manipulated. Companies can kind of push their employees. I don't want to say push, that's probably not the appropriate word, but kind of like nudge an employee. Hey, give us a good review. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, there's always some good information though that you'll find. At least you could get an idea of salary ranges and just an overall idea of what folks think in regards to working there. Okay, but again, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt is what they keep telling me. Okay. They showed me a flash of someone's resume. So some of you are job seeking, okay? It's kind of like in alignment with this first message that came through. It's kind of like an extension, if you will. They're showing me a resume and they want you to pay closer attention to those details, all right? Now, let's see what they're trying to outline for you. A couple of suggestions that Spirit has are, if in fact you're looking and you're applying for positions and things haven't gone as well as you had liked, right? You're not getting the traction that you seek. They're showing me, again, the resume, but someone kind of marking on it. Okay, so it looks to be like some editing is taking place. So perhaps have a friend, a coworker, someone you trust, kind of review, look over your resume. All right. Perhaps there's some edit and changes that could be made, some enhancements. Some of you may look to a professional to kind of dig into this. They're also showing me the word modern. Okay, and let's see what they mean by this. Okay. So it looks that perhaps the style of your resume is a bit outdated. Doing some research on current resume trends and what is kind of working out there, what is drawing the employer's attention. Okay, so do a little bit of research. All right, modify that resume. And now they're showing me a cover letter. Some of you just see job opportunities and kind of just shoot out your resumes, right? In the hopes that you'll hear back from someone. Employers, for the most part, are inundated with the amount of resumes that come through when a job is posted. What they're asking you to do, and they're bringing the hangman back, okay? They're bringing the hangman back. So you want to do things a little bit differently. You want to stand out. You want to be different, all right? And in order to do that, some of you perhaps are using, and they're showing me like a generic cover letter. They're being very detailed about this job situation. So I want to make sure to give you guys everything that's coming through in the hopes that just 1 or 2 of these pieces, could help set you on the right trajectory for this situation. I'm very excited for you guys. Look into cover letters. Make them job specific for the job you want. Okay? Highlight all of your skills and things that you have gain the knowledge on and put that into the cover letter. The overall message with this opportunity, this situation, these little minor adjustments, the hangman looking at things differently, trying different things, okay, seeing things from a different perspective, going to different websites that you normally don't go to. If you do the same things over and over and over, you're probably going to get the same result. You got to try something different, okay? And that's really the key message of what we're feeling here. You've definitely got this, okay? You've definitely got this. So they're highlighting the Page of Wands, and they're wanting me to share with you that this card is emitting more of a celebration and a new way of looking at things, and you're like renewed energy, okay? So it looks like, and making the changes in your life. And again, Spirit gives you a few examples, right? I've shared a few examples around the business opportunity, about the resume situation. But understand that this could be for you as well, okay? This message could be for you in just a different aspect. You have to be open, okay? You have to allow yourself to think through this. And is there something you're doing in your life that's not providing you the result that you want? They're asking you just to tweak, okay? There's been a lot of frustration. Okay, there's been a lot of frustration, and here, this outlines it beautifully. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords and we have the Six of Swords. All right, this is your frustration over whatever this situation and how it relates to you that you've been going through, and you're tired and you're frustrated and sometimes you just want to stay in bed, right? And you don't want to get up and you don't want to do anything, and you're just like, to the hell with it, right? But you owe yourself the chance and the opportunity to allow this to change and for things to get better. And in order to do that, my friends, you have to remove what no longer serves you, okay? All right? And this is a perfect depiction of what many of you have been going through. Nine of Wands. It is time for you to be confident and stand in your power. It's showing me a visual of an individual with kind of like their head down. When you lack confidence, you're just kind of overall down, right? It's up to you. As you know, my friends, nobody's going to come and pull us out of it. It's up to you to get out of this rut that you're in, okay? And for some of you, it's showing me that it's a very emotional thing. For some of you, you're needing to do something a little bit differently when you wake up. Okay, or they're showing me someone that as soon as they wake up, like the negative thoughts flow in, they don't want to go to work, they wish the alarm didn't go off, etc., etc., etc. You have to change your story. You have to allow your mind to remove those thoughts. And it's hard. It is very difficult when you have that coming at you and that's all you know and that's how you start the day and that's just how it is, right? You don't feel like you have anything to look forward to. You're just frustrated, right? They're highlighting these two cards over here. Embrace the flow of life and make time for self-love. They want to bring this back up. They want to bring this card back up, okay? Sometimes you just need to start your morning a little bit differently, my friends, in order to allow yourself for these things in order for you to release this energy, okay, and allow this goodness to come into your life. Okay? But it's up to you. And you don't have to go from a 1 to a 10. Okay? Spirit is showing me someone not working out, being very sedentary in their job. You know, they go home, they do what needs to be done, bed for the night, etc. Take 20 minutes and go for a walk. Do one thing differently. Listen, the Hangman card is highlighted like there's no tomorrow in this reading. Do one thing differently, my friends. Do one thing differently. Even if it's 10 to 15 minutes of your day. The important thing too is that you start your day with something different. Okay, so if you don't have those 10 or 15 minutes, get up a little bit earlier. Listen, and you're preaching to the choir here, Spirit. Okay? Spirit is preaching to the choir. I am not a morning person by any means. The morning is a struggle. Right? The bottom line, my friends, is if you want the life you dream about, you think about, you have to take action. All right? All right, my friends, we are going to draw one final card to close out your reading, the Spirit Animal Oracle card. And hopefully this takes you through a beautiful month and into October. The Bat. Transition. You must pay attention to the signs around you. The transition may seem frightening at first, but you must let go of old habits and patterns that no longer serve your higher calling. They will only hinder your growth. Listen, one card has been a focus of this reading. It's the Hangman. It's time to do things a little bit differently, my Cancer friends. All right, you all have a wonderful month, and I will see you soon.